Snow days at home with our family are pure magic. The world outside hides under a blanket of white while we dive into snowball fights and walks through the forest. Cheeks red and colds and laughter in the air. But that's just the start of all the fun. We gather by the fire, Micah helps me prepare a hearty breakfast, and the smell of pancakes and coffee begin to fill our world. Hermione and Damon don't waste a second, swimming laps in the hot springs right by the fire. The steam swirls like tiny bits of magic, and we soak while eating breakfast perched on the edge of the springs. Hermione giggles at the steam's dance, and Damon's splashes bring us all to life. And of course, an icy plunge is a must. These are the moments that turn snow days into sparkling family magic. Typically, when it gets this cold, we tend to stay indoors behind the windows where it's nice and cozy and warm. But this morning, when we looked out the window and saw a blanket of snow covering every last treetop, we thought, how fun would it be to have breakfast in the pool this morning? I love to cook and bake, but I have never cooked over a wood-burning fire before, so this will be something new, but I'm excited to try it out. And honestly, how hard could it be? We had some old cinder blocks laying around, so I decided to prop them up and create some sort of stove, and then we have a griddle that we were going to lay on top. I've only ever heated up a can of soup over a fire last time I went camping, which was years ago. So I have high hopes that this stove will do just fine. While I was prepping the outdoor stove, Micah took Hermione and Damon into the forest to gather some firewood for our wood-burning stove.
It's 15 degrees out, pretty nice. We're just going through the snow. Damon's having a tough time doing this. Damon doesn't like the sled. Now he's running ahead. Say hi. You see Mommy's teacup? It's a big one. You see it, Damon? Right there. Right there. Remember that? Yeah.
I think the numbers in it.
There's no numbers in it anymore.
Why?
Because we broke them.
We broke them?
Yeah. Can you sit back on the sled, please?
The weather in Colorado is quite unpredictable. However, getting this much snow in December is quite uncommon. Usually the big snowfalls don't come until February or March, so we've been loving these big snowfalls. It feels like we've been able to get into the Christmas spirit just a bit sooner and enjoy the cold, brisk weather, and we are definitely hoping for a white Christmas this year.
You gotta keep your hands dry, Damon.
This is my...
Can you say hi?
Hi.
This is deep snow.
Micah made a quick stop at my ice bath on his way back from gathering firewood. We're doing a 25 days till Christmas countdown, so we had some fun ice sculptures to set up on the frozen tub. This has been super fun to do with the kids. They love helping Micah freeze the numbers. And it's been such a fun way to get into the Advent spirit leading up to Christmas. Nothing better than an icy, festive cold plunge. Once Micah and the kids got back from gathering the firewood, I grabbed a few pieces to cut into some kindling.
Oh, you got it.
I am not one for chopping wood, but I will take a small hatchet every now and then and slice up my kindling because that stuff is the stuff that works. After I had enough kindling, I gathered some pieces of scrap paper and began to start my fire. Now I knew this fire would need to be extra hot because we had picked out some tasty foods we wanted to cook on it. I'll give it to myself. I am pretty good at starting fires. However, this wood was very wet from sitting in the snow, so it took a lot longer than I expected. Once we had a fire going, I was not about to let it go out, so we continued to add firewood to it. We gathered up our cooking supplies, and while we waited for the fire to get extra hot, the kids hopped into the hot springs and started to have a snowball fight. The fire was blazing and I began to prep the food for our meal. We are not culinary chefs, but we do love food and we love food with flavor. We are also a big breakfast family, so we like to incorporate all the food groups, vegetables, meats, and healthy grains. In my book, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Some may disagree, but I see breakfast as the meal that fuels all the adventures and tasks you are prepared to undertake that day. So in our home, a good breakfast equals a good day.
Yeah, look how yummy.
It tastes pretty yummy.
I bet it does. The smoke was like killing her, and I was like, it can't be that bad. Because yeah, that's why it's smoking so much. Is that wood?
When me and Micah got married, one of the conversations we had was presentation in food. It was a funny conversation, but it led to something deeper. Sometimes we think that we need to wait for a perfect moment to make something look beautiful. Then all of a sudden life passes you by and you realize you haven't put much effort into anything you've done. So we agreed that we would do everything with excellence and make things look beautiful even on the ordinary days. 5 years later, we are seeing that this principle has led to so many delicious meals and also precious moments. This past summer, we made it a priority to eat outside as much as possible. We love eating in the outdoors and smelling the fresh air while we eat our delicious meals. It also leaves less of a mess in the kitchen. That being said, there is still some effort that is put into eating outdoors, but we believe that whatever you truly want in life, there is some effort that comes along with it, and I think that's what makes it extra special and beautiful.
Oh, it'll be. Maybe, I guess maybe.
Now that winter is upon us and the cold has settled in, preparing meals outdoors has become less frequent in our house, but we love it. So that's why this morning, breakfast outside by the hot springs was a must.
Unbelievable. It's just so flavorful. Oh my gosh.
I don't know what it is, but pancakes over a fire, those are the best. My kids love pancakes. I'm not gonna say I'm the best pancake maker, but my kids have never complained about my pancakes. And because they're made over a fire means that they're made with love. Lots of love. Yummy.
Me say. Oh, mommy. Yummy. Sorry. Oh my god, they smell so good. Thank you, baby. It's like, oh, we can. Thank you. It's a bouncy egg. It's hot. Cheers. I'm gonna try it with some steak. This side, sorry. Are you starving, babe?
It looks so good.
That's yummy.
All right, coming up. Okay. Okay, now that everyone got their food, I can't wait to try it. Oh, it looks so delicious. The steak and eggs, and then the sauteed vegetables. It's yummy. I love the little teeny pancakes. So tasty. You want to taste some? Everything just all mixed up. So good.
Thanks, sweetie. I love you.
Oh, so delicious.
So delicious. No, it's good. That's syrup.
23.
Nice hammer. Let me see it.
So cursive.
Can you lift it pretty good? I would say make it look as light as you can. Because it's very cartoonishly large. All right, go.
Okay, I gotta take my boots off. 23 days until Christmas. I'm stoked. I hope you're stoked. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go. Oh my goodness. That's some tough ice.
After eating our delicious breakfast over the fire and swimming in our hot springs, Micah and I headed out into the forest so I could take my daily ice bath. As I mentioned before, we're doing a 25-day countdown to Christmas, which has been so fun. So that also means no skipping ice baths. I also have to mention, because Micah is here with me, he has been behind the camera of every single ice bath I have ever taken. He's actually the one that got me into taking ice baths. I never would have ever taken an ice bath had it not been for Micah encouraging me through every step.
It feels so good. It's always good to do an ice bath on the days that you're like, you know, maybe I'll skip today. Don't skip. Do it that day. Feels good. Lots of ice. Just how I like it. My poor little snowman. All right. Makeup might drip, but you always got to do the dunk. Alrighty. How's she looking? You think, well, that's a lot of ice on my head? We did it! Woo, woo, woo! All right, ready for 22 days tomorrow. But 23 days until Christmas. Yay!